With your help, we're going to bring our country back from hell, because our country's in hell right
It is. Well, Iowa, but
now.
I mean, it's you feel like you're in hell because you're in fucking Newton, Iowa. No offense, Newton, Iowa, but
Victory cannot come soon enough as we
well, it's on its own schedule. I'm just saying.
speak. The last remnants of our open border, and it's an open, broken border like
The last remnants of the broken border?
nobody's ever seen in a third.
Oh, it's so broken and open. It's never been this open or broken before. Not since I guess since we almost lost the Alamo, I think.
World country. No third world country would have a border like this.
Well, no, because they would just open fire on refugees with Russian guns, actually.
They'd fight them with sticks and stones if they had.
Would they? That's how third world people do it. They just sticks and stones, I guess, because they're all fucking cave people.
It's crumbling into rubble. Millions of people are storming the United States in the largest illegal mass migration in the history of the world. There's never been. You'd look at.
Yeah, that kind of has. I mean, the Mongolians entering Eastern Europe. I'm just saying, there's a lot of precedents for giant groups of people going from one place to the other. There's a lot of that shit, historically speaking.
Pictures. There's never been a migration like that. There's never.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you wouldn't call it a migration. I thought it was an invasion.
Been an invasion like that.
Oh, well, thanks for saying so.
Hundreds of thousands of people on a quarterly basis,
on a quarterly basis. Jesus Christ.
And
the spreadsheets, these are some of the worst spreadsheets of people,
tough people.
Tough people, these women, have you seen them? They've got calves like cantaloupes, like, I heard that somewhere. Somebody said that about them. Like they can lift a lot and carry a lot. There was someone work at Mar-a-Lago, you know what I mean? The woman who brings in my tub of ketchup every morning that I bathe and dip everything in, she's got calves that look like football trophies.
They had some prisoners from the Congo the other night.
Oh, no. Prisoners from the Congo? Did they come in the actual cage? Were they in, like, rattan cages?
Where do you come from, the Congo?
That's what they just said? They just said, where do you come from? And they just went, the Congo? Because they're like, I don't know, you don't look Mexican.
Where were you? We were in prison.
They said that? Well, that was easy. So you just fucking lock them up, or this is how they talk.
Why?
Shit, I guess why you're answering all our questions.
Murder. Oh.
Oh, so that was how the interview went, was it? That's that's the good thing, I guess, about the Congolese murderers is that they're stupid enough to tell you, I guess, right? Yeah, that's just sad. Oh, you don't get the spam, Edwin, you silly person. Where are you from? Where are you from? Congo. Where were you? What were you doing in Congo? Prison. What are you doing? What? Murder. Oh. Is it? Hold on.
They said, oh.
Oh, they said, oh, murder.
They said, oh.
Oh, just murder. It's just murder. Why didn't you tell us about murder? I thought you were going to say armed robbery. That's murder. This guy's tough. Everybody come over here for a second. Everybody sit down. Sit down. Oh, my goodness. Shit. Watch this.
Largest illegal mass migration.
Listen to this again.
In the history of the world. There's never been, you'd look at the pictures, there's never been a.
You look at some pictures. Yeah, he's looking at pictures from the border. That guy is awfully black. That's super black. That is really black. Are Mexicans black? Because I don't think so. This looks way too black for even a Mexican. Right, Don? Eric, come here. Does that guy look Mexican to you? Huh? He's black as an exclamation point. There is no way that guy's from Guatemala. Where's he from? Somebody ask him. Hold on, I've still got my radio that I can talk to Customs and Border Patrol. They gave me it as a gift. Hey, Charlie. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm watching on the camera or whatever. Ask that guy where he's from. Congo? Fucking hey. What does he do for a living? Congo. He was in prison. Well, ask him. Ask him what he was in prison for. Murder. I can't believe he fucking told you. And what are you going to do? Just let him in? Why are you letting him in? Wait. What? Oh, shit.
Migration like that. There's never been an invasion like that. Hundreds of thousands of people on a quarterly basis.
Quarterly basis.
Tough people. They had some prisoners from the Congo the other night. Where do you come from? The Congo. Where were you? We were in prison. Why? Murder. Oh. And if you look at the population.
Wait, no. How'd that story end? What? Stop. You can't just move on to the next anecdote. What happened to the Congolese murderers who just told everybody they were in prison for murder and thought this would get them into the country? You can't just, this is fucking, I've had enough cliffhangers for one fucking night.
The prison population all over the world, it's at the lowest number, they say. I don't know.
Do they?
Just read the stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you just read it. I mean, I read it. You read it. You've read it, right?
It makes sense because.
Yeah, it makes sense. You read it. It's the lowest. There's the lowest number of people in prison in the world ever because they're all just coming to the United States.
These, dictators and presidents and prime ministers, they're all smart.
They're all smart. I mean, their economies are crashing. They're total shit. Everything that you say is happening in the United States is actually happening in their countries. But sure.
They're all cunning people. I'd do it. They're bringing them up to our border. They're getting rid of them. They're putting them into our country. They're in our country. Their prisons are emptying out. Many of them are totally empty.
Oh, yeah.
They're taking MS-13, the toughest gang members anywhere in the world. They make our gang members.
They're in the Congo?
Look like the nicest guys. You want to take them home and introduce them to your daughter.
No, I really don't. I mean, I got to say, I don't doubt what you say about MS-13. They sound awful. But, yeah, Microsoft 13. He's talking about Windows 13. He might have a heart attack there about me. Hold on. Now you made me lose my thought. We got to back up. What the fuck was he talking about? Run this by. Oh, meeting your daughter. Yeah. So, Peckerwood, the white supremacist Peckerwoods, the ones in prison, they have the highest kill rate of any gang in prison. Like they're 2% of the overall prison population, and yet they have they're like 60% of the murders for hire or some shit like that. I mean, Anders Breivik, I suppose, would be very proud.
They make our gang members look like sweethearts, right?
Well, that's because they're not brown, I think, is what you mean.
And their prisons are emptying out. Their mental institutions are. Do you know what these countries are saving? There was an article in the paper the other day about it.
Yeah, it was the other day. This article, we'll find it. I'll look it up. There was I should be able to find it. It was in the paper the other day.
A psychiatrist.
Yeah, the psychiatrist, the guy who's like, I work in an insane asylum and there's nobody here because they're all gone and they all walked to America because you'd have to be fucking crazy to walk to America from Guatemala in your fucking sandals and a prison robe.
A couple of months ago.
Yeah, most of them got murdered about 8 miles from the fucking hospital because they're crazy and they don't know which way north is.
And he's sitting reading a paper at a desk, a very plain desk, plain chair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're not spending all their money on furniture. It's a South American insane asylum.
Nice guy. He said, look, I used to work 25 hours a day.
Well, okay, so maybe he was a patient. Or he has a different clock. Maybe his clock's broken.
I worked all the time. That's all.
Well, sure, that would be the very definition, 25 hours a day.
All I did, but now I don't have anybody to work with because they've all gone to the United States. He was a psychiatrist, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah, or whatever,
And he was saying this hospital was loaded with people, but now
I don't see anyone.
We don't have those people anymore.
Are you sure this guy just didn't get into the pharmaceuticals? It got to go in the cabinets, and that he wasn't being interviewed in a room full of people, and he's like, "There's no one here."
They said, "Where are they?" Oh, they're in the United States.
Oh, they're in the United States.
Now, do you know what that's saving countries?
I don't know. I don't think they really spend a lot of money on their mentally in a country in an impoverished country. Probably not a whole lot. I mean, some bowls of gruel, perhaps.
Same thing with the jails. And terrorists are coming in also.
Are they?
What they're doing to our country is not,
Yeah.
it's when you talk about insurrection.
I am talking about it.
What they're doing, that's the real deal. That's the real deal, not patriotically and peacefully. Peacefully and patriotically. You ever see Maxine Waters talk about the Republic? You go in there and you whack them.
Yeah, not so much. That's not actually what she said.
It makes you sick.
Yeah, it does. It does. I don't like any kind of political, physical confrontation or even joking or alluding to it or whatever. But yeah.
Ron DeSanctimonious, Nikki Haley, and the rest of the pack will never do what it takes to secure the border because they're owned by big money Wall Street establishment owners. Now, Ron's lost most of them.
How did the big money Wall Street donors make money by being overrun by communists and murderers and crazy people? Who has figured out, all right, who's the Wall Street genius who's found a way to mine insanity? I just answered my own question.
Because he's failed. You know, Fox gave up on him. That was the end of him. They realize you need a little personality to do this stuff. It helps to have a little personality. It helps when you don't have to use it. So far, I've used the teleprompter about 14. But isn't it better this way?
No, it really isn't.
I could read that teleprompter all day long.
No. If you just read it, this would have been over.
Biden can't even read the teleprompter. The other
Jesus Christ.
day, Matt, he's given
Yeah, Matt, tell us the story.
a thing. He's a news conference because he hasn't had one in about 6 years or something.
He's only been president for half that time.
Can't have it. You can't have a news.
No, he can't have one.
So he goes, Bill from NBC, over here. So the guy asked him a very simple question, like about vanilla ice cream. But then they actually asked him a question about a border or something. So he goes, they ask him a question, Bill from NBC, they ask him a question. Very normal, and things are going very well on the border. Oh, thank you very much for the news conference, thank you. And then he walks into a wall. But this is what we have as our president. We're going to end up in World War III. We're going to end up in a depression.
Yeah, a depression because of World War III.
I'll tell you, if I'm not elected, I think we're going to end up in a depression like a...
Yeah, well, you think he can wait that long? I mean, if he hasn't... I mean, Biden's incompetent, as you say, but if he hasn't been able to if his whole purpose has been to destroy the economy, and he hasn't done it by now, and it's not pointing in that direction, he had every chance. He could have let the recession happen and then just tip it into depression, but he just didn't do it. So maybe he's just too incompetent at sucking so much that he's actually good at something. It's, yeah.
29, because, you know, if you ever notice, every time like all the polls now say that I'm beating him, but you'd almost say, who wouldn't? This beautiful child, this young man.
Oh, stop pointing at the kids.
How old is he? 3? I would vote for him over Biden because he's more intelligent. Look, the kid's 3 years old. He's got better judgment.
He's pooping himself right now. Also, you're both, I think you only like him because both of you are the only people in the room wearing diapers.